Hello everyone, so welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing good. I actually had a lot on my mind and I was like, sometimes what I like to do is to just write all the thoughts I have down just to kind of get rid of them, Then I thought it would actually make for a good video because I know that I am not the only one that feels this way. So I have lived in Germany for about a year now and there's a lot of emotions and feelings, and I think that most people in a similar situation like me also can relate to some of these emotions. It is not easy all the time, as much as I do not want this video to be too negative, but sometimes I think it's important to realize and to also talk about the more serious and real stuff. This is my new home here in Germany, but I did live 21 years in Norway, which is literally 99% of my life. Compared to 1 year is pretty it's a very big difference. So of course everything that I am kind of my roots, everything is in Norway, so it will get easier, which is something to hang on to, I guess. When I was alone, I would just get alone with all these thoughts, as much as I understood and how much I get why I was where I was, it was literally a thought in my head was, what on earth am I doing in Germany, Why? I don't understand. It's a completely shift of your life situation. It's not that scary. And it also felt like a very big block from me and my old life, or my family, my friends and everything back in Norway. The distance really felt long, and when you're used to something every day of your life, or used to being with certain people every day, and suddenly to not be there anymore, it's a pretty big change, obviously. Yeah, and it just seems so far away. On a brighter note though, I did get to create my own home, and I get to experience all these awesome and wonderful things that comes with moving to another country, which of course all those parts, all the good parts, they kind of outshine the negatives. So I would not change it for the world, but on a real note, you will miss home. There are things that you can do about it, for example FaceTiming or calling frequently, and also visiting and get visits from your home. Of course that all plays a role, but it's not always you are able to do that. Drifting apart, or drifting from your friends and family, well, luckily in my case I feel I have been pretty good at keeping in touch with my family and friends back in Norway, but I think that drifting a little bit apart can be a very reality for some people that move at places with time difference, for example. That plays a big role. So luckily I don't have that problem. You don't get to experience life together as you used to do, growing up together, experiencing everything in everyone's life, and vice versa. It's not gonna be like that anymore. And the more time you spend apart, the more each person grows kind of individually. You get new experiences and it is different, but at the same time, like I said, I do not think that this is a very big problem for me, which I'm very thankful for. If there's something big happening, of course it's something that you actually have to deal with, because somebody gets sick or somebody gets married or whatever it might be. You can't be a part of everything like it used to be. I also did experience the hardest time of my life earlier this year. My grandma was very sick and she got just more and more sick, and the distance was killing me. But I did hop on a few planes in her last time before she passed away, and I'm just really grateful and thankful that I got to be there in her last moment. But that's actually the hardest thing I think I had to deal with, and I'm still dealing with that. It's a harsh reality, I think. Adapting to your new life. Now this can be so fun and exciting, it is for me, and I'm still adapting. It really does take longer than you might think. There's literally so many things that keeps you busy all the time, and so many small things that are like kind of bigger now because it's all new. Like even though things work the same, things are different because it is a different country, maybe a little bit different culture and stuff. And trust me, like literally even going to the grocery store here in Germany is such a like big thing for me. Like of course I don't stress as much as I did before. I embrace myself every time before I go to the cashier because they're so like it's so stressing. Well, this can be like a pretty positive thing. In general, I think that this will make you more physically and mentally tired, I guess, because for your brain it's like a lot to like put yourself into, like this new everyday life. Loneliness and not really fitting in. I don't want to be a person who's like, feeling bad for myself or like feeling sorry for myself that I'm like left out or something. But because in reality, when you are moving to another country, I feel like you're kind of like signing up to sometimes be lonely, if that makes sense. Literally the past 2 years before I moved to Germany, I was living with my very, very good friends. Now that I like kind of am missing that whole social thing, I really feel it sometimes. And you know, when you're used to like going out with your friends all the time and to not really doing that anymore, like of course at a certain point you will miss it. Luckily for me, it took me like almost a year to feel like kind of, I wouldn't say I'm very lonely, but this is like literally something that can be dealt with. You just have to make new friends. Like I myself am an introvert. It's very hard for me to like get new friends out of nowhere. Like how do you do that? Like I'm still trying to figure that out. It will get easier, I guess, but as of right now, like it's still not that easy for me. Please let me know if you have any similar experiences, or if you have any experiences of your own that you want to share. Feel free to comment down below. These are pretty much like the downsides after I moved out of my country, and I just felt like I just wanted to get that off my chest today. But like I said before, the positive sides of my situation really weighs much higher than it shines out the downsides, which at the end of the day, like that's really what matters. And let's face it, like if we did not have any challenges or hardships, we wouldn't really appreciate like the really good times and the highs, you know. But yeah, that's all I had on my heart today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I really hope you have a nice day today, and I will see you very soon again. Bye!